Hello live wires, Heather Boyd Wire here, and welcome to my channel for all kinds of wire art and jewelry making tutorials and live streams. Today we're going to make some funky 2-finger rings. What you're going to need for this project are your tools. I have 20 gauge wire, 18 and 16. I have a ring mandrel and a variety of beads. So for the first one, I'm going to take a 12-inch piece of 18 gauge wire and a 10mm bead, and we'll just stick the bead right in the middle. And then what you want to do is wrap it around so the wires are going the same direction. Just bring it around all the way and around one way, and then the other one just bring it around, round and around, so it looks like that. Straighten them out if you have to. And then we're going to get our ring mandrel, and for the middle finger you're going to have to make a slightly larger size. So just take it on the mandrel, bend it around and around to the back, and just kind of tighten it up. And then the next one, we're just going to take it to the next size down. This wire wound up towards that way, and this wire is going to wind downwards. So we're just going to go around and around so it looks like that. And then from there, you can just try it on the finger like that to see if it's the right size. And then if you have to tighten it up a little bit, you can take the cone and then just like tighten it up. You could even go to the slightly smaller size just to push it in a little bit more. So from there, these wires are at the back. We just want to make little loops to finish them off so there's no sharp edges. So just go to the center back, take the wire, and just bring it around. Make a little tiny loop, could be as big as you want. Tug it if you want it smaller, and then just give that a little pinch, clip it. We'll do the same on this side. If your wire is a little short, you can do the loop in a different way. Just clip it, and then take your round pliers and just turn it towards the center. There's 2 ways you can make those loops. And then just to make sure they're straight, just take your flat pliers. Over here too, take your flat pliers. Try it on your fingers first. If you need to tighten it up a little bit, you can just go back onto the ring cone, and then on this side, just to play around with it. If you have a steel mandrel, you can hammer it to harden it up a little bit, and there you have a super funky double ring. So for the next one, we have 18 inches of 16 gauge wire, and you want to just get your ring mandrel. We'll start with the larger size, around, put it around the 7, could adjust it a little after. And then we're just going to start by kind of centering these loops. We want to wind it like kind of below there, so we're just going to go around a couple of times here, straight across. And then we're going to bring it over here to go to the smaller size between 5 and 6, and then bring it going the opposite way. This one's going down, this one's going up. So around here, you can adjust a little bit. I cut the wire a little bit longer. You're not going to need that much wire. And then we're just going to try it on here to see how it looks. Looks good. We'll take the large looping pliers. You can also wind it around a marker, and then we're just going to hold it here and then just wind it around. So we have like one loop there, and then we can just like complete the circle, straighten it out a little bit, and then as you go up, you're just going to make it a little bit smaller. Going to keep working our way around. I've also done these kind of spirals just on the end of a pen or a cone. I'll link up some other tutorials below. And then you want to finish with a small loop, and then you'll just give it a little flush cut there. We'll do the same down here. Just center it and bring it around here, remove it, just work our way down to get the loop a little smaller. Just turn these pliers as we go, just round and round, a little bit more. You could adjust it with your little round pliers if you need to push this one out a little bit, and then bring this one around here, and then we're just going to clip it there. See, I made this wire too long. Probably 15 inches of wire would be enough for this ring. 18 was a little too much. So we're just going to push this in and then this one in. It depends on how big you want your spirals to be. Push them in. Again, you can hammer this ring if you want. We can push it in a little bit. We'll just try it on to get an approximate size, and then we could bring the ring cone back in and just tighten it up a little bit. So tighten it up there and tighten up that one a little bit. If you have a steel mandrel, just tap it, harden it up a little bit. If this gets pushed over a little too much, just go ahead and make that spiral a little bit bigger so the spirals are centered on your fingers. And then we can just slide the ring on like that. Super funky. The sample ring I made was a little different. The ring parts were at the back and then the long wire was at the front, so you can also do it that way if you like. So for the last one, I have about 10 inches of 16 gauge wire. You can also use 18 gauge wire, and we'll start by winding it around one of them, like for the bigger finger. Just wind this around to the front and then bring it to the smaller size and wind it sort of the opposite way, round and round. So then we have, you know, these two loops beside each other. Move this out of the way, and then we're just going to try it on first to be sure. So we'll just try it on that way. If you need to tighten it up a little bit, you can tighten it up a little bit. From there, we're going to do our loops to put the beads in. You can decide how many beads are going to go across there to know about where the loops are going to go. And then we're just going to take this one, bend it up, and this one, and bend it up here. And then we just have to make some loops with those. So just grab your round pliers and hold this in place. You don't want the loops to be too big. It's going to stretch out of shape a little bit. That's okay. So we're just going to bring it here. Bring this one down. Give it a little clip. And then we'll do the other side. So again, take your round pliers. It's good to have a little bit of an end on the wire so we can actually move it around. If you have to kind of jump through there, just don't worry if it comes out of shape a little bit. So we're just going to take that, close up that little circle, and give it a little flush cut. We'll just close the gaps there. Just pinch it. Make sure that's up at a right angle. And this side too, we just want to close up that gap so the wire won't come out. And then just make sure they look good. Try it on again. You can tighten these up if you need to. Just put it on there, push that in, put it on here, and push that in. So this is your basic shape, how it looks. Kind of cool. And then we want to add the beads. So we have about a 4 to 6 inch piece of 20 gauge wire, and I'll just put the beads on here. So this one is a 4mm miracle bead. We have a little metal spacer bead and the 8mm miracle bead, another spacer bead, and another 4mm miracle bead. So that's a nice combination. I like mixing metals with the miracle beads. And then we want to stick it in here. So just stick one end in here, okay, and then flip it around. And then very carefully push this one back, straighten this out a little bit, bring it back very carefully so the beads don't come off, and then pull it back and through that hole. So it's through there. So now we have the beads lined up, and we'll have to push them in a little bit. That's no problem. Wherever the bend is there, just bend it that back there, bring it through, and just give it one little wind just to hold it in place. So just push it together so the beads are snugly together. Push that wire to the back and then bring it through. So we're going to go through here, and then we can go through as many times as you like. It's very similar to my rings to make and sell video where you attach the beads with a separate wire. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then on this side we can go around 1, 2, 3. So now we're just going to clip the ends, and this side too. And then we could take the flat pliers, just give it a little pinch, little rotate. This too, little pinch, little rotate. And then pull it apart a little bit if you have to. And then we're just going to try it on, and that makes a super funky double ring with the beads. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out my work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to sign up below, I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.